K100 Radio.
K100, you bastard!
K100 Radio, man. We're live right now, man, at the Media Day event. We on the east side. I'm talking about the far east side. We at Global. We out here, way out here, almost in Conyers. But we here, though. Shout out to the people that pulled up, man. Shout out to all the other media conglomerates that are in here today, man. And shout out to Lisa for putting this together. Everybody who put it together, man. Shout out to all the artists that are in the building. Draymond, the great. I'm going to make sure you add the great on there. Make sure we get it all the way right. What's going on, fam?
How's it going?
We good, fam. What's up?
Everything, man. Just out here networking in Atlanta, trying to make a dream come true.
All right.
So I appreciate you having me.
Holler at that camera and tell everybody where you from.
I'm from Houston, Texas. And to be more specific, I'm from Yellowstone. Houston, Texas is a neighborhood right there in Houston. And that's why we come.
All right. Yellowstone. I have never heard of that particular area, but H-Town I've been to twice. Had a good time. Got strip clubs, but the only thing that's going close to Atlanta and Miami. That's it.
Which one better?
I went to some little, I don't even know, it was real small on the inside, though. It wasn't that big, but they got naked, and that was the point. You feel what I'm saying? They busted down. It wasn't like Atlanta, though. It was different, you know what I'm saying? Kind of like their tops, their bottoms on longer than they do in Atlanta. Okay. But, you know, Atlanta, they just come through the door, and everything come off.
I ain't never been to a strip club in Atlanta. I'm finna
go
tonight, though.
Yeah, they kept their bottoms on most of the time. I'm like, unless you was getting a personal dance. But in Atlanta, everybody bottoms come off when you come through the door,
right.
Period. And that's just how you walk around butt naked.
Right.
That's the difference between us and others. Right.
But
I forgot the name of it because it was like 5 years ago. What was the name of that joint? It wasn't that big. But you know, it was like the size of a Magic City. But Magic City really not that big on the inside. Right. It's just known. But it was a nice one. I forgot the name of that joint. I had a good time though.
For sure.
I was coming on the way back from South by Southwest.
Okay.
And so we stopped there. We stopped there. We went to Dallas. We went to the Vertigo event. Then we went through Houston.
Probably Dreams.
I think that's what it was.
Dreams.
It was. But I had a good time though. Like they was bad. The strippers look good. They look.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, you go some places and the strippers look like, damn, everybody on meth in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? And then you come to Atlanta and places like, you know what I'm saying? Some of these women look like they real models. And they being strippers. Y'all got those kind of strippers. So
for sure.
I had a good time at that club. It was good. I wanted to stay long, but we was driving through. So I was only there for like 2 hours, and bro, we was like, we just gotta go because we in the H-Town.
You got to. You gotta hit the strip club.
We was there for like 2 hours, and then we broke out. Man, I was like, man, we gotta come back. I gotta come back and just party like in Houston. I have never really just partied in Houston, bro. Like for
next time you
weekend.
come, I got you.
Yeah, for a weekend. I'm talking about I'm there Friday, Saturday, only the Sunday, maybe Monday.
Right.
I ain't did that yet.
Right.
I was only for a minute. But anyway, I had a good time. So tell me about, Houston, Texas. I've always felt like Texas is one of those places where, bro, you can have your own grind in Texas. You can be super famous and getting paid off music and a lot of other things in Texas without nobody even knowing who the hell you is outside of Texas. There's a lot of great artists that came through Texas, and it was like when you go over there and people mention to me like, I never even heard of this. Like, who is this person? And everybody in the whole state know him. I feel like Texas got its own.
It's its own
thing.
market.
Yeah,
It is.
Swag.
And that's what I'm doing with this Ape movement. This all-purpose entertainment. That's my company. Like I said, it's like you just said, it's his own market. So Houston is big enough. Texas rather is big enough to where you gonna find a fan. And if you rocking right, they gonna mess with you. They gonna show love to you.
All right, man. Listen, I feel, just to be clear, everybody who knows me personally, when we talking hip hop and we talking rap, we talking about music. Everybody got their favorites. Everybody got who they listen to. Everybody who they grew up on. All right, my top artists who I listened to growing up, one of them was Scarface. You feel what I'm saying?
Of course.
Face Mob was like my dude. Like that was my guy as a lyricist. Like I feel like he's really kind of unrivaled in the South. You know what I'm saying?
He probably the most.
Yeah.
Like you said, lyrical artist that ever come from
that never gets mentioned in that regard. It's kind of crazy to me, but
in Houston he is. Everybody know everybody.
I feel like I feel like how Texas feel like about Face. All the hip hop should feel about.
Should feel like that.
Yeah. Because I mean, even now, like that last one, that Deeply Rooted joint was amazing, and he's like, you know what I'm saying? Like he 40
that's just because
the
South in the music industry, we don't really get no love like that. Still to this day, we do.
Like
I really do feel like that because they listen to us, but they don't recognize us. Like they don't recognize it when you put it on a scale of bigger artists.
Yeah.
Why that is, I don't know.
I don't know. But that's a fair assessment because I feel like y'all respect it. I feel like H-Town in Texas is respected.
Right.
respect is a different thing. It's a different situation.
Exactly.
Just respect it now.
Yeah,
don't go out there.
Yeah,
don't get it there. And everybody know, and what's understood don't have to be said. But I think musically you might be on point about that. But me personally, I'm from the South, so I know about most of them.
Man, that's good. Well, as long as we got people like you, what you doing, and you speaking up for Houston right now about just putting Scarface on. So
that's
love to that.
Yeah, that's due. So let's talk about your music, man. Let's talk about your grind. You feel me? How long you actually been at it with music? Like how many albums you got? How many songs you got? Videos? Where you at?
Man, I've been doing this. So I'll tell you a little story. I've been doing this since I was 11 years old.
Okay.
It's the radio DJ out there in Houston named Kiati.
Okay.
Him and my uncle linked up. I was only 11 at the time. They shot a video called Hooker Hooker, and they shot it at my uncle's house. And that was really my entry into the music industry. I played sports and played football and all that. So I went to college, did all that. And once I got done about 4 or 5 years ago, I picked up music. Well, I never really put it down, but I started taking it real serious. And so that's about 4 years ago. And since then, I've been with this 8 movement and all purpose. And that's where I'm at.
All right. So would you say, since you've been to college and you played ball, where you at? You a redshirt freshman? You a sophomore? You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Where you at with your grind? You feel like an independent artist? Are you about to graduate and you feel like you ready to go to the league? Where you feel like you at with that grind?
I'm a freshman right now.
Yeah.
I'm a freshman. I ain't old. I ain't an old head. I'm a freshman and I'm still ready to learn.
Right.
I'm just getting into the music business side of the thing.
Which is important.
Which is very important.
Yeah.
That's the most important. So, and then still being an artist too.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like my artistry though is, I'm a coach.
Right.
Yeah.
As an artist.
As an artist.
It's good. It's important that you can separate the two. Also, it's important to understand that you obviously understand branding. You feel
Yes,
what I'm
sir.
saying?
Yes,
which is very important.
Got my whole team branded up.
Right,
Me, my
right.
girl, cameraman, everybody.
As you can understand, I
Right,
understand
right.
branding. You know what I'm saying?
Yep,
you feel what I'm
yep,
saying?
yes, sir.
So branding is because the music. I don't know if you heard some of the conversation that we had, but the music isn't really making a lot of money in the industry right now, unfortunately, and that's pathetically sad, bro. Because who the hell can live without music?
Right.
Like, show me one person who don't listen, who feel like they can just stop listening to music forever right now. Like, you might as well. It's people that feel like they got to have music to live, to breathe. Like,
For sure.
So, and it's crazy that it's so undervalued.
It's frequency. It controls you. It controls us.
But it's undervalued, and we're not getting paid off of it right now. We're only getting paid off bullshit pennies off streams and maybe a little bit of money off shows. And if you can't do shows because it's a pandemic, you fuck, right? You got problems. But the branding of it all, becoming bigger than just the artist is the key to it, because all this, I feel like hip hop for black people, for us, should be treated as like a gateway grind.
Yes, sir.
You feel me? The main thing you need to learn, that if you can be fortunate enough to get on and get in game to the point where you get paid, what you once you start all that money go. Your thoughts need to be keep it consistent. Well, how do I use this to get open another income source? It don't matter if you happen to be a famous rapper and you start a CD, you feel what I'm saying? Or whatever. At the end of the day, music take you so far because the shelf life put on us as urban artists is short. So once you get that notoriety, once you get fame popping, diversify, try to put your face cards as much shit as you can, and then what is old commentating the fucking Mike Tyson fights like Snoop Dogg on the commercials. But you still the bag. You feel what I'm saying?
My understanding of it is technology really empowered a lot of people.
Yeah.
So I just know what I am doing right now. That's what my cameraman sitting right here. Like I said, it's content. And to take it even than that, branding is great. But you gotta show that you're valuable to more than just music.
Yeah.
And more than this. So like I said, it's about the marathon, as Nip say.
Yeah.
And I feel like if artists, especially those artists that are on that level already, if they understand that and they kind of help bring the other people on, it'll bring more value to hip hop.
Right.
And right now if hip hop is on the stock market right now, ain't nobody buying into it. So
because they do you invest in stocks?
Yes, sir.
Maybe just at least use Robinhood
yes,
or whatever,
sir.
right?
Robinhood.
Right.
I'm on everything. Robinhood, Acorns, TD Ameritrade. I trade on all three of them.
So why would if you was looking at it, because if you look at it, it's always technically going to be a bull. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's going to always be up because it's been making money and it's a high commodity for years. But why do you feel like you said you wouldn't necessarily invest in it? What would scare you off?
too many people buying into it right now. Mm-hmm. And I know eventually when too many people buying something that's normally not a good thing, it's eventually gonna fall. And I feel like the state of hip hop is falling. It's falling. Mm-hmm. It's going up for the people that it's going up for. But I'm talking about the people that's not the young Jeezys and who've been in this, the TIs and all that. It's going up for them. Right. But for the little dogs like myself.
Is it really going up for them? I mean, they got to do a versus to be relevant.
Exactly. Right. So I ain't want to put that out there. You put that out there.
No. Listen, man, big respect for them dudes, man. This is fact. They've accomplished more than what 99% of people, 99.9% of people who want to pick up a mic gonna do. It's only a small percentage that even get to their level. Right. But still, where we're at in 2020 and where things are, you feel what I'm saying? They're hitting their shelf life too at the end of the day. You feel me? Exactly. So everybody needs to understand, but that's why Jeezy has a telecommunications company. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And like I said, that's what's going. This technology is, you got the power to do, everything that you want to do. You just got to see what's in front of you. You got to know what you're looking at. Mm-hmm. So with me, I know what I'm looking at.
Right. Exactly. So. It's good to know self-value and understand. So you don't. I can tell right now you're not gonna box yourself in. So you should be open up for every opportunity that comes around. Pretty sure you'll take it. You know what I'm saying?
Everything.
So let's talk specifically about the actual music that you got. Some of the songs that you got. What do you got put out right now?
I just dropped my latest EP. It's called 662. Draymond the Great. On all platforms. And I actually have that video too. I have a video for this particular song that we're gonna get ready to play in a second. I'm gonna try and pull this joint up. All right. Hold on a second. I meant to pull it up before we did the show. Neck Drip, right? Yes, sir.
We got a video for that, so we're gonna play that. I'm gonna load it up while we're talking. But go ahead and continue. Tell me about Neck Drip.
Neck Drip. It just really putting value on yourself, putting value on really your brand. So I got Neck Drip, and it don't necessarily mean just a chain that I bought and spent a lot of money on. It's just me. I got drip with it, and that's what we say in the South, and in Houston more particular. Shout out to Sauce Walker.
Y'all did.
That drip, you got Neck Drip.
That's y'all. That's y'all stuff.
And make a check flip.
Y'all did. Right. Y'all actually really did. The drip.
Thank you for acknowledging that.
Texas has a lot of originality, bro. Where it comes through swinging. Whether it be those fucking spokes on those fucking cars, screw music, like it's just a lot of things that started in Texas, like swag, whether it be lingo, you know what I'm saying? It's just facts, and you know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm born and raised in Florida, and you know what I'm saying? I've been living in Atlanta for 20 years, and there's things that came out of, what can Florida? We can claim booty music, we can claim claim a lot of shit, you know what I'm saying? Right. I mean, we can claim, but at the end of the day, when it comes to hip hop and culture wise, there's been a lot of things that Texas was just first on. So that's why earlier when I asked you that, I was like, they don't want to respect Texas, but they respect Texas.
They got to.
Because it's just too much. It's been too much that came out of it. You feel what I'm saying?
Especially like right now, like you said, our market is big. I'm seeing like artists, the biggest artists are in Houston every other weekend. That tells you something.
Right.
That's really because so many people that moved there, and Chicago, Atlanta, you got a pipeline. So if you are an artist, stream that pipeline, open up your pipeline to Texas. And like you said, we so original with everything that we do. That's just how we come.
Absolutely. So tell me about. I want to play this song, Neck Drip. Right. So just tell me about it. I'm gonna set it up, but just give me a little bit of a background about this particular song. You feel what I'm saying?
What you mean? Be more specific as to.
I was trying to stop that before it happened. Go ahead. Tell me about that.
So just talking about the song or the video?
The song and the video.
All right. The video you're gonna see. I kind of wanted to shoot the opening of the video, and I wanted to make it look like Billy. And I directed it myself too as well.
All right, that's dope.
Yep. So I wanted to make it look like Billy, and just the intro is everything, and it's me kind of walking on the scene to the hip hop, to the music industry, and it just kind of this how I wanted to open the door. When I wanted people to first see me, I wanted them to look at this video right here. Even though this is not my first video, but the itself is just me just being lyrical on it, and even though it's a hip hop trap type of beat, you can hear the lyrics in there. And I put with it, and I bring you the 8.
Let's check this one out, man. This is K100 Radio. This is Draymond the Great. Listen, I want y'all. He said he directed it too, so now I'm finna really just watch it. Because I've been working, I've been talking. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, he said you directed it. I'm finna see where that eye's at. You got the cameraman right here doing this thing. Let's see what's really happening.
Come on,
Texas. Let's go. K100 Radio.
she grabbed about 5 people. Last coach Richard. Right? You. Look at me. You. Stay with me. Okay? So I don't know these people. Try anything. Just be careful. Okay? Y'all ready?
We ready.
Hold up, man.
Make the phone call.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody named Draymond the Great want to see you, man.
Draymond the Great. Yeah, let that motherfucker in, man.
Nigga, we give no fucks. Yeah, we get him bucks. I'm about to make a check flip. I'm about to make a check flip. Put the 10 on the neck, get 10 on the neck. Put 10 on the neck, get 10 on the neck. I'm about to make a check flip, whipping it, flipping. I'm about to make a check flip, flipping it, flipping. Put the 10 on the neck, get 10 on my neck. Big N on the neck, big 10 on the flex. Made a check, do a backflip. Little bitch, she an actress. We about to shoot a Netflix. Tell a bitch get naked. Big bag get heavy. Put the D in her belly. Shit jam like jelly. Get jammed like jelly. Make a check flip. Get cheese like Chex Mix. Big cup sip Texas. Dre drop reckless. Drip stains on necklace. Get rock like crack. Make the gun go splat. Eat beak like snacks. Little bitch get snacks. Little bitch get stacks. Little bitch get stacks. I want the digits. I want the Benjamin Button. I tell her she fucking or she getting nothing. Make down on my nuggets. I tell them it's nothing. I tell her it's nothing. Make a check flip. I'm about to make a check flip. Put the 10 on the neck, get 10 on the neck. Put 10 on the neck, get 10 on the neck. I'm about to make a check flip, whipping it, flipping. I'm about to make a check flip, flipping it, flipping. Put the 10 on the neck, get 10 on the neck. Big N on the neck.
All right, yeah. So I want to make sure I can put my headphones back on because I took my headphones off to make sure I listened to that one. Yep. You know what I'm saying? I listened to it and kind of go over getting the bop to it. You feel me? So what does you see in your future as far as directing?
I see everything.
You already got it. Yeah, music videos.
I want to be like a like I said, I just want to add value to hip hop. So I'm showing value to myself. I shoot a couple artist videos in Houston.
Okay.
But just the directing, I got a vision, and I want people to see what I see in my head.
Okay.
So that's what I.
You got any? Give me a famous director that you feel like, you know. I ain't saying you want to emulate, but somebody that you just kind of look up to.
I like Tarantino.
Tarantino? Okay.
Yes, sir. Quentin. Just the gore and stuff that he put in there,
right,
and when you watch his movies, like you're entertained by. Also, the script or the plot of the movie,
right? But
just the action and all that stuff that's going on in there.
He tends to throw some weird stuff at you, where it feels weird, but it really technically is. It's just blatant. You know what I'm saying? I like Singleton myself. You know what I'm saying? The kind of people that I look up to.
Okay.
A lot of other ones, but as far as us, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I would go with Singleton. I also like a lot of the Hughes brothers movies. They generally make cinematically, and F. Gary Gray, like he's the guy.
What did he make?
F. Gary Gray. Mm-hmm. Everything. Friday, set
okay,
it off.
For sure. Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
For sure. Yeah, for sure.
Like F. Gary Gray, he's done like a ton of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Most of the stuff you be watching it,
right, is great.
Like he be F. Gary Gray. You feel what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like he does action, comedy. He does a lot of stuff,
right.
And he does So I think F. Gary Gray and Singleton are two people that I look up, and I like the Hughes brothers too. Though I think they all make really great cinematic movies, sure. And then to the point where when they make them, like Spike Lee is cool. But when you watch a Spike Lee movie, you kind of know it's him.
Right.
When you watch certain F. Gary Gray movies, you'll never know this
like
a
you
black
just said.
like
and I watch. That's all I do is watch movies.
Yeah,
so.
but you'll never. It could be anybody. You know what I'm saying? It could be Michael Bay. You like who did it? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He's that good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you look at the movies that F. Gary Gray has done, to me, he surpassed Singleton as a director.
Right, of course.
You know
yeah,
I'm talking,
definitely.
I do a little bit of directing myself too, so it seems like I know a lot.
For sure. No, you do. You do. You
are
speaking it. You able to speak on it. Yes, sir.
I do a little bit. I do sound and scores. I got two movies that's on Amazon Prime that I did the sound and the score for. One called Store Before the Glory, another called Faking, and I did the sound and the score for them. So the audio side, I've been into it, but some directed some videos and stuff like that too.
Please give me your information.
Yeah. So and just before we go, just the sinking, where the money is at, the sinking game is where the bag is going to be at for the foreseeable future. Like streaming is not going to pay whatever, but Hollywood they're going to always cut the check. So Hollywood, TV, all these streaming services, all that, man, that's what
Right.
I feel like artists need to be focusing on, getting their music ready for.
Right.
And everybody needs to understand that there's a process. Like using samples is the worst possible thing you can do in your music now, because
You're already giving.
they already don't want to deal with that. You
Right,
feel what I'm saying?
exactly.
So if you can get all original beats where cats ain't really sampling, that's a plus. And then making sure that you hold on to your masters, because they're gonna, and make sure you get your split sheets signed in the studio,
Give 'em
because they're
game.
gonna need the split sheet. You feel what I'm
Come on,
saying?
come on.
You dig? You ain't got the split sheet, you're done. You got a sample in there, you're done. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, I really
You feel
don't.
me?
If people try to get me
Yeah.
to use samples,
Yeah.
and I'm just an original artist.
Yeah. You see, here's the thing. Because they have a lot of samples, a lot of places like TrackLib and all that, where you can get samples cleared right as soon as you use them.
Right.
You can use it, but you just got to know which ones you got to
Can
use.
use, okay,
You got to
for
go
sure.
through places like TrackLib. Those samples have already been cleared, so
Right.
you won't have a problem. You
Right,
can just
exactly.
go through just pull it up and just tell
And
them
then
that
you
was done by
good, yep.
TrackLib. But when you start just digging through the crates, like Kanye and them, and doing all that,
Right.
and sampling Otis Redding and all
that's
that,
all he do,
and
right.
you ain't had no permission, it's cool right now. But if you ever want to monetize it and get an opportunity and put it in a film or a movie,
Watch this. You
it's
know,
gonna be a problem.
you know what I was taught with that right there?
Yeah.
I was taught to do that.
To do what?
To take that and like you said, get those people like a Kanye.
Mm-hmm.
All he do is sample people's stuff. That's what made him. So right now, I think for what an artist can do is
That's
you can't.
cool. That's cool for blowing up and being a rapper.
Right.
But it has nothing to do with, because
Oh, you talking about making money
for the
fun.
syncing, for film. Because we talking about film. So I'm talking about syncing your stuff up for film and TV.
Right. Okay.
That is not the answer. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
That's
right.
exactly
Okay.
what you don't want to do. And if you do sample it, you need to make sure everything is
It's
been
straight.
cleared and
Handle the
straight.
business first,
Because again, that's cool to blow you up as an artist and get you, you know what I'm saying?
The
And-
notoriety,
and
yeah.
notoriety.
Right.
But we don't make money off music
that,
no
yeah,
more. We got to
exactly.
find other ways to
make
revenue.
money off the music.
So
for
syncing for TV and film is where all the money is being spent.
in
Because-
games and stuff like
and
that
ga-
too.
and
Yeah.
ga- Same thing with games.
Yep.
It's those music libraries, you're gonna work with those same music libraries. So
Right.
none of them want to have any problems. You know what I'm saying?
right,
At all,
exactly.
before it come back getting sued later.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Go give everybody a YouTube information and website and social media.
So follow me on YouTube, Draymond the Great, THA Great, GREAT, and then follow me on Instagram, one.dray, DRAY, The Ape Show. Out.
You know what it is. K100 Radio, you dig? Shout out to the homie, man. This was a great interview, dog. And shout out to everybody that put this together, you dig? We over here at the media event over here on the east side of Atlanta.
K100 Radio.